Hey, what's up, everybody? Slice'em here with Slice'em Gaming, and we are live again, ready to roll. I was off this weekend, enjoying, having fun, doing all that kind of stuff. I don't know what all that kind of stuff really is for sure, but it doesn't matter because, hey, guess what? We're live, we're ready to rock, we're going to roll. We're going to have a little fun and get some stuff done. So, first things first, we're going to burn a lot of not energy, and aka do these Mole Man quests. I got so many of them to do. I know I'm not going to get through them all. I don't think so anyway. I got a feeling this is going to be like a non-stop deal for multiple days straight of just non-stop pounding away, trying to get these over with. So, I don't know. Definitely dreading them. So, yeah, it is what it is. Hey, what's up, Tice? Good to see you, man. Ooh, I forgot to turn on Discord just in case anybody wants to come in, hang out, and chat while I'm streaming. You're more than welcome to. Put in that info. That little bit, excuse me, and let's go beat up the Rex. There we go. There we go. Alright, where was I? Go, there's that. Okay, that's up. That's up, that's up. Alright, good go. Jose says, second on stream. What's up, boss man? What's up, Jose? Good to see you. There's Wolf. Well, company fired me today because VA doctors ordered me off work for 2 weeks due to bronchitis. What? That's crazy, man. What's up, Derek? Derek 1990, good to see you. He says, Sly Sizzle. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. And off we go. And we got what? Oh man, yeah. So we're using a lot of science champions just to try and get this whatever green is the favoriteest color of the universe thing going on. Because I want my free goodies. Hope you and the family are doing good with the virus still going around. You know, so far we are. I can't complain. You know, I got really lucky at work, I guess you could say. We had a really good start of the month before all this kind of kicked in and went nuts. So we were out ahead of it. And you know, they're not closing us down or anything like that. We're, you know, no major issues with the virus where I'm from just yet or anything crazy. So far so good. Just yeah. Oh snap! Look, guys, Silent Bob now plays MCOC. Long time since I heard that one, Nemus. Long time, buddy. Alright, so we got, how much time do I have? I got 7 days to get through all this. 7 days. I don't know that I can do it in 7 days. I think I can. I think I can get through this in 7 days. I think I can do it because I think I got a bunch of. Let's go look at my inventory real quick. Let's go look at the overflow. Yeah, I mean we've definitely got energy. So, all right, we're going for it. Here we go. Nemus, I need a lawyer. Oh boy. Okay. Wrong thing. Event quest. Event. Uncollected. I'm going after the rock man first. Okay. Alright, let's have fun with this. When will you get on the COD? I did accept your friend request. What's up, Raven? Good to see you. Excuse me. God, these paths are just so terribly long and boring. Power shit. Alright, let's go get him. What's up, Raven? Good to see you, man. I'm pretty sure I said hey, but just in case if I didn't. There you go. Nemus, someone to divorce you. Well, that tells you that. That's Nemus for you, man. Come on. By the way, if anybody wants to play Call of Duty, I will be playing Call of Duty tonight. I will allow you. Jump in Discord, come hang out, come chat, come have some fun. We'll talk on there while we run crazy on there. Also, we do have some game inside Call of Duty. There's just me, Tyson, Izzy, I think, right now, so. Tyson says, I'll be on sweet. And I'm not sure yet. We'll see what the YouTube view counts are like here in this week. Because I know I'm going to be hit or miss a lot more than I was. Just too much stuff going on in life. I've got a lot going on, so I don't think I'll be on as much as I used to be, which makes me sad. But my point behind this is, if that is the case, if the YouTube drops down drastically, kind of like it has been. We may look at going to Twitch full time, or at least a good chunk of it. Uh-oh. Just so we can play music and have a little more fun. So I'm always up for input. I know I got a lot of guys that watch here on YouTube, but I did. You know what I mean. What's my thoughts on today's 6-stone bundles? I look, anytime there's 6 stones, I'm always a fan of picking them up. It's just, I think that's what you do if you're wanting to play. If you're wanting to play highly competitively, top end AQ. If you don't care about AQ, then it really doesn't matter, to be very, very honest with you. Other than some champions still require decent sig levels. But the large majority are not near what they used to be, so. I'm always a 6-stone buyer for the most part. I didn't buy any today, and the only reason I didn't buy any today is because I am literally tapped out on 6-star 6-stones. And since these wouldn't qualify to be moved over to +5s or anything like that, I don't really have a reason to. None of the 6 stars that I have would I want to dump 6 stones into. Or 6 stones into. You know, I've got Wasp is probably my most, is the most valid, I guess you could say. I don't plan on dropping an Odin or 2 to go after Abyss right just yet. Even though I do have a pretty good roster for it. So now I'm stuck, you know. I'm pretty stuck. It's put them in that or whatever. What's up, Miss Queen Sarah? Good to see you. It's always nice having a queen around. So yeah, so I mean, for me, it's kind of what, 20 6-star stones. That seems a little high price. $100 for just 26 seems high. I do like the 5-star value though. 20 generic, 5 +5s. I mean, I don't think that's bad. I mean, I'd be more up for the 5-star than the 6-star. The 6-star is a little bit of a price gouge, but again, depending on what it is you're trying to do. Jealous of my units. You lie. I don't believe that. My piddly 500 units. You know, so if, and this comes back to doing Abyss, you know, if I did Abyss, I could awaken, you know, depending on the gem I pull, you know, you could be looking at Namor, you could be looking at Aegon, Darkhawk. I like that awakened. Yeah, that's really about it. I mean, I've got a couple select gems here, but I mean, there's a chance I could get something worth dumping some stones into. I forgot what path I was. Yeah, power shield. Let's just keep on going down this path. Yay, power shield. I added you on Twitter, didn't I? I'll have to go look. Sarah, if I remember right, whenever I saw it, it was like 15,000 or something, wasn't it? Some stupid large number. Come on, tell me the truth. Jesus is listening. Don't lie. I think so. Raz, I spent 20k battle credits on that M4L MG on Call of Duty Mobile. Best. Really? You'd be impressed, boss. I just got 7 kills, all sniper. What? I don't know what our clean rating is, Raz. It's not high. You know, we just built it, and it, like I said, it is literally just me, Tice, and Izzy. But there's no cooler clan. Yeah, Tice is in my clan. No, you gotta be kidding me. Queen Sarah, I'm so poor on units. How many you have, Sarah? Come on, tell the truth. We're better than 1.6% of the clans out there. There you go. There you go. It makes sense. $18K. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was close. I said $15K. I knew it was something crazy. No. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. So far, this has been one of my favorite counters. I say that, I'm probably going to check up here. Let's see. Oops. By the way, anytime I didn't even know you were on Twitter, I would have followed you sooner, Sarah. I've never seen this guy special 3. That's kind of cool. I wonder how Doom does against him. I would think Doom would be a good answer. Okay. 2 days will be your birthday. How old are you going to be, Sarah? If you don't mind me asking. Alright, rock versus rock. Man, that limber is a pain in the butt. What? No, are you really that young? We're down to Mr. Fantastic and ICAP. You are young. You're super young. God, 16, man. I'm on time. Now you're making me feel old. Shoot. Did I get more of this green stuff done? Let's see. Skill, arena. I guess it's over. Oh crap! I didn't know that. I think I missed the final prize. Suck. Oh well. I'll have to deal with it. That's what I get. That's what I get for slacking. Let's just go ahead and head down this pathway. You're a ding-dong, Tice. Raz is trying to find you, and here's how you treat him, man. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. Alright, starting off good. Called that the energy build-up combo. There you go, building that energy up again. Just want to make sure you got high energy. Super important. I don't think this is going to kill him. Oh, it killed him, thank God. I guess I don't have to use science gems. Oops. Backhand. It's a very bad time to have allergies, just FYI. Why is that? And what are you typing, Tice? DW4A? I'm so confused. We're gonna burn one energy refill and go here. So far behind the heat ball, man. Rather than going to search those things. Oh, having the allergies right now, everyone thinks you get the virus. Oh, very true. Yeah, I mean it's not a good call. Yeah. Raz, like, here, you can fight him in a minute, Raz. We'll team up. We'll all team up here in a few. Let me keep beating this up. I'll get on in a bit. I got one kid still up. I never fall asleep. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, my kid doesn't like to go to sleep anymore at all. She hates it. Hates it. It sounds very interesting. You have to pick your own side in the next update of MCOC to have some. Well, it reminds me of, I don't know how many of you remember this, but there was the Iron Man, the Civil War edition that we had. It was what, Iron Man versus Captain, right? Yeah. Iron Man versus Captain America. So it was very. I bet it's going to be very similar to that. Glad for the stud. I wasn't playing MCOC back then. Yeah, yeah. It was kind of, it was the Civil War when the Civil War movie came out. You know, the Winter Soldier one. That's kind of what I think this will be. Tice, you would have been playing back then, right? Older than 16, Sarah. Older than 16. Son of a gun. And I lost my cat, just like that. Oh. Do. Cat, go on down. Hey, what's up, PP97? Good to see you. Ah, Mr. Fantastic Flex. He's actually been up for a long time. Remember that whole, like, I've got a bunch of rank up videos I need to do? He's one of them. I pulled him and ranked him up right away. And now he's just been sitting there. So now he's just kind of been sitting. Where's, hold on. Let's see. Make sure there's something important. Let's try doing that. Hey, what's up, Matt? Long time no see. I learned Havin can cheese this fight, but not until I had 3 pets left. Really? I've never tried Havin. Ooh. Been a long while, Matt. Long while. Matter of fact, I think, golly, it's been a super long time. Alright, we'll toss thing in, and then we're going to go back to Geo. Geo2 I've used most of the time. Let's see if we survive this with the protection up. Should just domino this? Yeah. Oh, domino. Tyson's answered everything. Domino. I've been dominating through variant 3 as well. She is a cheat code. She does so much stuff, man. She's so nasty. People saying Magic does okay here. I can see that. Message I thought I'd check in is probably about a year or so. I think I check it every once in a while. Yeah, I was out here for a little bit. I've been kind of super busy with stuff, so I haven't been on as much as I normally was there for a while, Matt. But trying to get back somewhat consistent, somewhat. All right, who do we use? Sparky. Let's go. Sparky Ghost. They're pretty quick. Dude, Tice, I got so many photos of the new Corvette and videos. We spent a long day getting to check that thing out. It is a beautiful, beautiful car. I am not one to normally get excited about cars. I'm just kind of like, whatever. They're just cars. You know, I've worked at car dealerships for forever, it seems like. So I'm normally not easily impressed. I'm just kind of like, whatever. But I will say this. That car makes you want to go drive. Like, I just wanted to jump in it and take it for a spin. Believe it or not, they're very, very cost effective. I mean, I know that sounds stupid, but here, what do you think that car ran? You saw it. I mean, it was amazing. Heavy Prophecy, can me and you duel? My username is PP World. I mean, you're welcome to duel me, man. But right now I'm a little bit. It's more than 50K. Come on. PP says, when do you think EVs will be the norm over gas? We got a long way to go. Long way to go before you see EV take over gas. Too many other things depend on gas. And just the country in general. It's going to be very difficult to replace that. And like, for example, even where I live, it's just not overly practical to be EV. Not yet. Queen Sarah, I'm so poor in gold, but I have gold crystals and BC to back me up. I want to hear it. You got 17K, 18K units or whatever it was. Just send me some of those units. I'll invest them well. I promise. No, come on. Just a couple, Sarah. Terrible dodge of the L1. Never. Okay. This is I'm at almost 4,900 in Battle Royale. I want that damn special character you get. Nice. it's pretty tricked out, and it's right at 80K, Tice, and it will scoot. It holds. The guy that we sent out to the Corvette training in Corvette school said, "Dude, you put on the traction control. They tried. They like let you try to wreck it." He's like, "And you can't get it to get out of its zone, man." I was like, "Come on." He's like, "I'm telling you, it's a hoss." Hey, what's up, Farah? How you doing, man? There's Maestro. Hey, everyone. What's up? Both SGA1 fellas. Farah, one of the newest guys to SGA1, and Maestro, my officer in BG3. So, yeah. Man says, how have I been? I've been okay, man. What's up, Bryce? Good to see you over on Twitch. You know, I've been okay. I've been busy. Life has been busy. Family has been busy. It's just been one thing after another, you know. It's been constantly busy, which in return has taken a little bit of a toll on MCOC and streaming and things like that. Not to mention the fact that, you know, like anything else, I tend to go through cycles within the game where I feel, meh, I'm just not as competitive as I was, maybe, or something like that. Look at this. If I don't quit jacking up. And I didn't even land any hits with my Fury up. Jeez. Done, but terrible play with Ghost. That's his season rating, Tice. Yeah, it's been a good busy. I mean, there's of course, like anything else, there's ups, there's downs, there's sad points. But overall, it's been good. You know, it's really hard to argue life. You know. No matter what's going on, I try to look at it this way. Every day I wake up, I've got a job right now. You know, I got a boss that likes me, employees that work hard for me. You know, I get a car I can drive, I can walk, I can talk. I got all my arms, my legs, my toes, my fingers. You know, I got a kid that's pretty awesome, pretty awesome wife. You know, I got a house, I got electricity, hell, I've even got internet, you know, I mean, so it's really hard to argue that anything is bad when you get all that. Could it be better? Sure. Could it be worse? Absolutely. So, and another moment. Let's see if Spider-Man takes him down faster. This is a bit crazy. Just a touch. Bryce, Spider-Man has been good for me against small man, high base damage. Still Spider-Verse okay, but harder to ramp up. Trying not to. Trying to read. Worried, holy crap! I was playing Dark Souls and missed the notification. I see how it is, Lori. Get it, thank you. Spider-Man, oh yeah. Works okay, but hard to ramp up for when he drops off your debuff. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem, man. Absolutely. I agree with you there, Bryce. Matt, yeah, true. Just hope those downs aren't too down, you know? Exactly. Lori's getting sucked in by a video game, apparently. All right. Hey, listen, you know, everybody's got their own thing, Lori Reed. You know, you got to do what you got to do. You got to take... Listen, however you take care of yourself and your time, that's on you, man. That's, oh, wait, she won't have... I was like, shit, Elsa, I don't have a mutant with me. Crap. PP97, YouTube has been really bad about notifications for live streams. Have to go to the streamer's page to even find them. Shame on you, YouTube. Shame on you. Guys, as always, then, all I ask is, you know, share, tell people about it. Let everybody know we're up, we're live. Take the link, share it around like a merry-go-round. Come on. I'm gonna say, give me a couple of ticks. I want the extra energy. Whoops. I'll take the free fury. Get out of here. Get out of here, Elsa. Let's get ready to rock. We'll go ghost. Just more ghost practice. I'll say those are gonna hurt. I don't feel like I normally have that bad a sloppy play anymore, really. But that was kind of sloppy there. When I have to be on point, I think I'm on point. I think. To be fair, this is very mind-numbing to me. Like, this stuff just, ugh. Look at this. I still have all that to go. And this is just the second week. I dread the rest. A shout out to Big Bad Jenna. Apparently she's watching but not saying anything. So she was kind enough to let me post in her room that I'm live. So you know, you got to make sure you tell people thank you for whenever they do that kind of stuff. Probably should use Sparky here. Oh, I forgot about... Phase doesn't work on his O1. Get out of there. Next. So Matt, how you been, bud? Like, what have you been up to? I mean, I ain't got nothing going on. I'm sitting here hanging out. You tell me. What you been doing? Here, we'll let Wasp have fun. Maybe I'll play. Yoink. I mean, he got up and he was like pissed. Oh, a wee bit. A shit ton. That's the truth. I mean, I know what it is. Nice, Matt. That sounds like you're having a good time, man. I'm dealing with college, a little smoky smoke, a little chill. Last I checked, that's a recipe for a good time, man. I wish I could say I missed college, but I really don't. I mean, I was not a big college guy. Probably didn't help if I wasn't very well liked. So I mean, like, you know, it's just whatever to me. I was just that guy. None of my friends were from college or anything like that. I'd say probably my most the biggest, well, not the biggest thing I did, the best friend, or, you know, the most, whatever, the best side of college as far as meeting friends was I actually met the guy who owns the dealerships that I work for now at college. So had it not been for college, I may not have the job I have, but outside of that, man, I didn't do anything in college. I hated school. I would go to the gym. I would go to quote unquote class, and by that I mean I would go to the gym and I'd go work out and play ball for a couple hours. And then instead of going home and realizing that, you know, I'm not at school, I would just sit in the park and sleep. It was great. I hated school, man. Hated it. Man says I loved it so far. Happy to be done with dorming and getting an apartment next to us. The dorms were kind of fun, right? So yeah. Yay. That much closer. This is torture. Straight torture. Hey, what's up, Ollie? Good to see you, man. Thanks. Did I hit the live button on Twitter? Oh, I didn't. Shit. Tweet is out. Tweet's just an hour late, but, you know, the tweet's out there. Thanks, Ollie, for being a sponsor. He's got the green name, the little SG logo. All SG sponsors, greatly appreciate you guys. All right, let's go beat up one more. Yeah, no, I can understand that, Matt. I can understand that. Your own place, kitchen, a couple other things, I'm sure. Speaking of memberships, if you ever want to sponsor the channel, you can do so right there. Alright, let's go ahead. Tired of cooking off at George Foreman? What? Even now I cook off at George Foreman. What are you talking about? You can never be tired of cooking off at George Foreman. Chicken lineup. Okay, still nothing for me. More ghost. Well, Matt, at least you haven't like cut your foot in a George Foreman like Michael Scott. Any of you Office fans out there? I love The Office. Come on. You hooker face. That's alright, we got it. One day you'll look back on your dorm times fondly. Yep. Again, I didn't really live in the dorms much, so I can't really say anything. There's all the likes and retweets. Thank you guys. Dorm life means no real responsibility. That is true. Yeah. Matt's like says who? Matt burnt his foot on the grill, maybe? George Foreman? God, come on. Nobody wants these extra fights. Jesus. Oh, far are you at work? Feel free to jump on Discord, bud. I forgot who I was playing as, to be honest with you. Started out thinking I was a ghost. Oh my god, come on. Oops. There. What would be like normal these days on a conference call with incident command? Yep, yep. Is a dorm? Anu. I have a general dislike of being surrounded by people. I'd rather walk and have an hour to varsity than stay amongst students in a dorm. I can get that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can understand all things. Good. Good. Yeah. Good news is things seem to be settling in, so hopefully soon. Good. What's up, Kiwi? Good to see you, man. I'll be glad when everything settles back down a touch, man. I am not a fan of it. Well, I mean, I like chaos, but I don't like it for everyone else. I don't mind it myself. Oop. Caught. I don't know how much health she has, but I know she's about dead. So we'll just swing away. Swing at it, baby. Is the thing I liked about the dorms was the fact that all my closest friends were seconds away. I can see that. That makes sense. It's logical. logical. It's logical. Tice, you about ready? Raz, are you still out there? Raz, come on in, Raz. I've about had all the mole man I can handle. Ghost it up one more time. Oh, shame on me. We'll take it. Do-do-do-do. Alright, more goodies. Alright, back to quest. Whack-a-mole. Nothing really worth doing. I was like, yeah, maybe we can, maybe dump some stones in somebody or something. Meh. Alright. Let's open up all these extra crystals. Bulldog, I finally decided I'm going to stream and you picked today to come back. I'll go on after you. Yeah, man. I almost reached out to you to see if you wanted to jump on the mic with me. Just come hang out. I miss just having somebody to talk to on the mic. That's my biggest problem. I just like to have somebody to talk to. Let's just hang out. Let's chat. Let's just jibber jaw. Though I will tell you this. It's something we've been waiting on. But I did finally get the board pretty well finished for the new round of, yeah, don't even start. But I did almost get the board finished up. I think the board's actually done now for the next run of Slice Some Gaming Rankings. So, anytime you want the Discord link, should be able to do that. Alright, 2 4-stars, we're getting rich. We're getting rich. 2 4-stars. Come on, baby. Carnage and Mortal, both Meg Sig. I like it. More importantly, rank up material. Stuff I need. Hold on to get paged in line app. Decisive material. So how about the new featured 5-star? I'm kind of excited. I think it doesn't look bad. We'll discuss it real quick and then we're going to switch over. Let's see. A-Bomb. Okay. Bishop. Captain America. I'm assuming that's the regular one. Yuck. I like Doctor Strange. I like Domino. Electro. I'm okay with. Elektra. No. Groot. No. Iron Man. Infinity War. Yes. Longshot. Yes. Luke Cage. No. Magneto. Hell no. Massacre. Yes. Mephisto. Yes. Mojo. Yes. Moman. No. Nova. Meh. Oh man, Logan, meh. Punisher 29, meh. Red Skull, meh. Sentinel, okay. Silver Surfer, yes for prestige. Squirrel Girl, she's cool and superior. Iron Man, eh. Hold on, Dragon Bulldog down. There's the Bulldog. What's up, Bulldog? Alright, so yeah, I think I'll probably pop a couple features. I'd like to get Mojo and Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer's the big prize here for me. Let's go hit AQ up real quick. Maestro's like, I'm sorry, but I feel it's going to be Superior Iron Man. I ain't opening any, man. If that's how you're feeling, I'm out. No opening. Okay. This could be bad. We're going to see how it goes.
I don't have the patience for features.
You don't have any patience to begin with.
Truth.
Thank you for healing up Black Widow. Now she's up to 32. Not a bad run. Welcome back, Miss Queen Sarah. Good to see you. There. My screen was all jacked up. Tell Scarface he's cool. Is that you, Bulldog? I feel like a push to talk goes on and you're talking but not talking, maybe? Go ahead here, Bulldog. Cough. Come on, Ant-Man, you just need to die.
See what I pulled the other day? I pulled me a 6-star Phoenix.
Ooh. Really? I love the 6-star Phoenix.
Oh, I about cried.
It's because you don't know what's good in life. Really sad I couldn't use my special 3 there. So that'll probably kill him. Yep. Yay! Alright, sweet. There's that. Alright, let's do it. Let's get to it. Let's go blow things up, and by that I mean Call of Duty time. Call of Duty time it.
Can you hear me?
I can now. What,
Oh,
no,
good almighty Jesus. I've been screwing around with this thing for like 5 minutes, and I just now discovered that on my headset there's like a little red flashing on the actual physical device, so I hit that and now I have sound. I mean, I've changed every setting this way twice the Sunday, and oh my God. I mean, I was like swearing up and down, like, well, they can't hear me anyway. Son of a... Okay, so now I'm in.
Yeah, but
Good
now,
Lord.
now hey, you made it. Congrats.
Yay, I'm here.
Yeah, Ali says,
Congratulations to me.
what node are you dealing with in AQ? Well, the node I was facing there, what node was that I was facing there? Hold on, I'll tell you.
Oh, I want to tell you before I forget. Talk about features versus non-features.
Yeah.
I just opened 3 basics yesterday or the day before and got 3 champs that are in the featured. So I would have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I basically got an extra 3rd champ. I got Massacre with the good one, who I didn't have. I don't remember the other 2, but it's like there's just no... Hey, what's up, Matt? There's no point in doing feature 5 stars anymore, in my opinion. And then I did... So, you know, I like to save it up to 3. So I did 3 5 stars, 3 6 stars, and I was going to record it, but then I was like, meh. So I finally got my first Cosmic, and I got Coal Obsidian. I got Skill. I got Ronin, and then I got my 2nd Awakened champ. Okay, you want to know who it was?
Who?
The same champ that was my first Awakened 5-star. Do you remember who that was?
Time out.
Like the most worthless. Iron Fist.
Oh,
So now I have 2 duped 6 stars, and they're Iron Fist and Electra.
Yeah, that sucks.
Iron Fist was my 3rd 5-star because I pulled Star-Lord, then Iron Man, Iron Fist, Iron Patriot. And then it took me 12 champs before I got my first duped 5-star, and it was freaking Iron Fist. And now it's my 2nd duped 6-star. I don't. But I got Ronin and Coal Obsidian, and it's my first Cosmic out of, 21 openings.
When you say Ronin, skill Ronin, right?
22. Skill Ronin, yeah, not Ronin, Ronin.
Yeah,
Which is cool because I didn't have him I didn't have him or Massacre as anything higher than a 4-star. So now I have a 5-star Massacre to go with my Red Hulk Domino set, and now I have a 6-star Ronin who's fun,
Yeah, he is.
He's oodles of noodles.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. Okay, so Ali said, what node am I dealing with in AQ? I was dealing with strengths in number and colorblind. So what that means, colorblind is if you have 2 of the same class, 25% health off right off the get-go. It's just boom, 25%, you melt, and you're done. And Tice, your jump leader here. The other node is strength in numbers. Now what that means is if you have anybody that is dead, okay? Anybody that's dead on your team, you lose, you're going to lose your ability. You lose a 25% ability modification. So in other words, you're less likely to land your parry, you're less likely to do all that fun stuff. So yeah, it's a pain.
Was fighting a Cable in Arena earlier, and he got regen every single time he hit one power bar, any power bar. At one point, he had 2 of them stacked on top of each other. And now I'm playing my 6-star Cable in AQ, and I've hit 8 or 9 power bars so far, not a single regen. But I'm sure it's all random, right?
Well, of course. Yeah, it's complete random.
Now I'm almost about to fall below 25%. All right, I'm at 28. I'm about to hit a second one. Nope, still no regen. Unbelievable.
That's because they know you don't need the
Good
regen.
enough. I don't need it. Is that what it is?
Yeah, they don't want to insult you. Is what it is.
Yeah, and actually that is kind of funny you would say that, because sometimes when I'm like in the first few fights and I get a regen, I get all pissed off because like I don't need it. Not like when I was doing suicides, but now I definitely don't need it, and it just angers me. Like, oh yeah, now you give it to me.
Yeah.
You think of the Doom bots?
You know, I haven't had to fight them. We run
really?
We run map 7.
Oh, there's no Doom bots on map 7?
No, it's all still the same. So
I'm loving them, frankly.
Tice got 8 up. Oh, I see why.
There's like 3 of them over here.
The Cosmic one does Champions SP1, which is so easy to avoid, and Hyperion's SP2. The skill one does Aegon's SP1, which of course is easy to avoid.
I killed 2 of them. I don't know what is number 3 doing. What are you doing, man? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding.
We got a guy staring at a wall.
Oh. PB97 says, "What are you playing in Call of Duty? Can jump on next game if you want. More than welcome to come join us, man. We're playing Battle Royale, and this guy's watching us die. Yeah, team player. Cheers."
It's so great about Stealth Spidey, because I got him as a 5-star and I rank 3'd him, but I don't use him for. I don't know what to use him for.
Everything.
Stealth Spidey, just a heavy damage dealer.
Oh, he's a massive. He's a beast. Absolute monster.
Awesome for things.
Okay. I mean, I've got so many champs now at that level. You know, I got 26 stars now and 125 stars, and it's so funny. Like I've got my 565 blade in AQ today, and I'm just reflecting back. Like there was a time, like he was my #1 champ. Like I could not possibly use him in AQ because I would need him for everything else. And now having so many choices, it's so great. They've done a really great job with the progression of this game, I must say.
I would agree with that. I think overall, it's been
positive.
Very well done. Yeah. Still, Spidey though is a champion that is fantastic.
God, I hate the lag.
Fantastic.
Right as they're rushing for you, right as they're rushing towards you in the very first hit, and then it does that little like stutter step, where the screen lags a little bit. Isn't that nice? Seems to happen about every other fight. I also have an issue, though, something I'd like to bring up with Kabam, like fighting Thing in the second fight of when you're doing, going for your, when you're doing arena.
Oh,
I should not be losing in the second round, but when you've got a Thing that won't,
bait.
Well, yeah, you can't be baited, and it just pins you in a corner and kills you. Like that just shouldn't be happening on fight number 2, in my opinion.
Yeah. You run into
I love
those.
the bots too, Lori.
You run into those goofy things where the AI just seems very inconsistent at times.
It literally just feels like at some point it goes, "You are not going to win this fight, and nothing you do is going to change that."
Yeah.
Period.
And I've ran into those fights, and I hate that. I mean, there's nothing more irritating.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't play a lot of arena. I'm afraid I'd probably be pissed off a whole lot more than I currently am at the game, but.
That's really it. That's the only thing that, like, arena has gotten. My roster has gotten so big that, I can, like, I do one run through my 5s with a few 4s sprinkled in, and I get to fight 22, and I get about 2 million on the 5-star featured. Then, using my 6 stars, my 5 stars, whatever. And then the next day, once everybody's recharged, all my 5 stars, I do one run through them to get up to 20 fights, to get the infinite with all my good 5 stars in the other one that was the 4-star featured or whatever it is, the one that first arena 75,000, and then from there on out, I just use my 6 stars, and that usually get to about 6 million. Get that 500 or 1,000 5-star shards, and then the other one I use all my 5 stars, so I get it to 2, 3, 4 million depending on how much time I have. It's really good, and for me, the way it is now, I really am happy with it, with the layout.
I guess that guy's
It's come so far. That's basically what I'm saying. Is like, we've come so far from where we were when we started.
Tons.
Man, I was just thinking back to like what it was like during the 7% that era. When we were just building the alliances up. Trying to get just barely trying to get through map 5. It's funny how far we've come, and they have done a really good job of keeping it interesting, I would say. I mean, arena's not the funnest thing in the world, but
I think overall they've made it interesting. I have my moments where I don't know. I get burnt out, but I think that's more on me. I'm super competitive, and if there's not anything that I find worth competing over, or there's nothing that's pushing me, I know I can be one of the worst to just be like, it's just whatever, dude. Uh-oh, hold on, I gotta shoot this guy.
I gotta shoot this guy. Now, what was I saying? Oh my god, you just killed that guy. Right, I know, we're past that now. Okay, so, there's a bunch of them all clustered. How nice of that. How nice of them to cluster for you. It's funny, these Cavalier objective crystals we've been getting from the daily events and stuff like that. Every time I've opened one by itself, I get ISO. Every time. But if I save them up and open 2 or 3 of them, then I get, a good cross section of stuff. But I tested it. Every time I try just one, it only gives me ISO. Just those little annoyances,
Yep. Oh, scheisse.
Down to 1,400. Got all the way down to 800 units. I bought that 3,000 5-star shards for 910 when they posted it, because I was really close to getting my next batch of 3, and all I needed was one more duped 5-star to get my next batch of 3 6-stars to open, and it totally ended up being worth it. But it definitely took me down there. So working my way back up, working my way back to you, man. Yeah.
I don't think that guy died. Dang it. Put him on the dirt, but not dead. That means, I got 3 of them. What the? There goes a motorcycle. Dude, I didn't even see him come out. I'll be honest with you. I'm like, what is that thing? Oh, shit.
Play road right in front of you. Didn't even get a shot off. Oh, yeah, don't.
All right, well, there's 2 up on there, and that got bad real quick. All right, we're gonna go again. Sliceman's Gym friend request in Call of Duty. All right, sounds good.
I'm running Major League and Caustic Temper Cap Marvel movie with NF for the Fury Extended and Hyperion. It's a good squad. Okay, Captain Marvel movie with NF. Who's NF?
Nick Fury?
Nightfrawler? Oh, Nick Fury. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
And Hyperion. Good squad. Oh, nice.
I'm running Major League and Caustic Temper, yeah.
Lori, who are you using that all the debuffs heal you like crazy? Well, actually, never mind. That's with that Mastery. I cannot think, my brain is just not functioning.
Yeah,
I think I've been in my house
now
too long.
Willpower. There you go.
Willpower, thank you. Yeah, I think I've been inside too long. I've only gone out to Nightfrawler. You like that, Afara? I did that on purpose, but it was funny. Yeah, willpower, thank you. Today, I only went out once. I walked across the street to get some Skull and some Monster energy drinks. Yesterday, I only left once for essentially the same reason. Oh, no, I had to walk to Albertsons, which is 2 blocks away, to get some cough medicine for my stepmother-in-law, and hoping she doesn't have coronavirus. That would suck. Ugh. But she's got all the comorbidities, She's got diabetes. She's got the beatus. And she's got asthma, and she's over 65, and
it's not good.
Actually, she's 63. Yeah, and she worked at a college where there was a ton of a lot of exposure before everything got shut down. That's what I'm here for, Afara. That's what I'm here for. yeah, just hoping it's not that too bad.
Yeah.
Brawler. I thought that was pretty good. Fraulein. There's a guy over to your right.
This is just play.
I've been playing Trivia Crack as when I don't feel like playing MCOC.
Really?
It's been a lot of fun. Oh man, I'm blowing through. Yeah, I already got the win 25 games in a row, and I've been playing it for 5 days. I haven't lost a game in Classic yet.
That's.
I mean, trivia is
cool.
my thing.
That, you know,
Yeah.
I've been playing this, and then the other thing I've been playing is this like word find game where it's just a bunch of letters scrabbled on this like little dish, and
Yep, and like find all the words, and then sometimes you'll find like a secret word. Yeah, I've been playing. I used to play that a lot. I got to like level 200 and something, and then I kind of stopped playing it. Let me see. I still have it on my desktop. Let me see here. Not that one. Escapes. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's what Matt just said.
Yeah, that's a fun game. Yeah, what level was I at when I finally stopped playing? Oh, sorry, I was at level 444. Brilliance level of 15,239.
Oh, my footage just time out.
That made me want to play it.
All right, Tice, take us somewhere good and don't die this time.
I'll try. No promises.
We know. We know.
I just gotta get my type 25. Get my type 25 and I'm good.
So you're a type 25. Really? Okay. I'll keep my eyes up.
I have my type 25 in any sniper rifle.
I like the Arctic 50.
I forgot. Yeah, you got to do with the
Nice.
butterfly.
Yeah, I'm making a run for the shed, hoping there's nobody out here with us.
I don't think anybody dropped with this.
I like that. Some purple armor.
One digs a little more. Yeah, Wordscapes, Matt. That's the one. I'm playing it. I'm just doing a level since I haven't played it in months. Like I said, I'm at level 444. I don't know how high it goes, but I got pretty into it at one time. Ooh, it could be pretty hard.
You're like a type 25, you say? Tice?
Yeah, type 5.
He starts with a G. Gent. Nope, already got that. Guilt. Nope.
I like how suddenly it's...
Oh, I know. Gene. There we go. Oh, no, that's the other word. There we go. I got 2 stars. Yeah, this one's actually a pretty fun one, too, because it's got enough stuff to keep you, like, occupied. You know, like little submissions and things.
Right.
Every time I'm
Right,
not playing MCOC, I feel guilty. Like, I should be playing MCOC.
I know that feeling, trust me.
Yeah.
Nice kill.
I can only do it for so long, too.
Yeah,
Always jump far away from the planes. Flight path to encounter less enemies. Play that, Matt. You play Wordscapes? It's a fun one. And check out, if you're into trivia, Trivia Crack is because I tried Trivia Crack and Trivia IO. I just was one day like, oh, I should be working on my trivia skills, and I like the layout of Trivia Crack better.
Oops. This down here has not been looted, just so you know.
How much time do you have till shrink?
It doesn't matter. It's the first circle. Level 2 vest.
All right, thank you.
I don't like these games.
Really?
The only multiplayer game I ever played, well, I played EverQuest when it came out, which is totally
Ooh,
different,
loved
but it was like a
EverQuest.
multiplayer thing. But the only one I ever got into was Homeland. It was a game where it took place like on the West Coast, and North Korea like invaded the U.S. You know, it's kind of like the movie Red Dawn, but in a game
Ooh,
format.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I got into that one when it first came out, but I'm terrible at those games because I have really bad fast twitch muscles. Like I'm just not, I'm just not good at it. And spinning around real fast takes me a second to orient myself. So
Right.
it got to be no fun. The only reason I got into that one was because of the drone. I could be the drone pilot and then just, find somewhere to hide and then fly the drone all around.
Yeah.
That I enjoyed.
That's the thing. A lot of these games, I find them only fun if they have good, and they have to have good team play. If you're not playing with a team, it doesn't, your team doesn't matter. That was one of the things I hated with the original Call of Duty games, is that it wasn't a team game. It was like, who can just run and shoot the fastest?
Right. Not like working to do objectives. Like
Right.
a couple of the streamers that I watch for mockery reasons, Wings of Redemption and Darkside Phil, and Wings of Redemption plays a lot of, I don't know what it is. It's one of those games, and he's constantly bitching about like no one was watching him while he was doing the drone, or nobody was protecting this or that, and he just sounds like a giant crybaby. But I don't actually watch the streams of those people. I watch streams that people have put together, to mock them. So just basically highlights or lowlights, I guess, as the case may be.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're both just, a couple of the dumbest people I've ever seen. So unaware,
Right.
I
Tice,
just can't help
sniper
watching it.
rifle over here if you want it.
Dude, we gotta get moving. It's shrinking.
Are you really worried?
Yes. I don't like it.
I've had a few people in trivia crack, like, I don't know how the whole friend thing works, but I noticed I keep facing the same people. And then I noticed when I went to start a game, like, a few of the people I'd faced, their names would pop up. But I'm surprised they keep playing me, because, like, there's this one girl, I've beaten her, like, 15 times in a row.
One of those things
So
you
it's
look
like,
at her and you go, haven't I beat you enough?
Yeah, just stay down. Like, why do you keep coming back? But, yeah, maybe it's because it's a challenge or whatever. Yeah, and they only let you can't win on the first turn. If you go first, you can only get 3, maximum of half the characters. And that's what ends up happening is I'll get my 3. Most of the time I'll get my 3. It'll pass over to her. It'll come back to me. She hasn't gotten a 1, and then I'll finish the game. Like, that's happened multiple times. So I'm just like, all right, hey. And it's really cool because there's like the survival. I'm not great at the survival one. I don't know why they seem to be a little more a little sneakier with those ones. But
That's
I like,
rough.
you got missions that you can work on. No, that's your person. Oh, nice. You're on the back of the bike?
Yep.
Nice.
Tice was worried about getting there in time. PP97 says, don't you worry. We're getting there.
Type 25 and AK-117 with a heavy mag and a red dot scope. You pretty much won the BR. What's the Battle Royale?
Battle Royale, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I downloaded Fortnite when you and Frojo were first getting into it, and I didn't even play it one whole round. I was just, because again, it's just not my thing.
I'll be honest.
I get why people like them, but
I had a problem with Fortnite because of the building. It was so cartoonish.
Yeah.
And buildy and just, there's somebody right over here by me.
Building like huge things up in the air, and you're jumping and putting it below you.
Yeah.
Yeah, very unrealistic.
Dick, I was gonna kill him. Oh well.
How's things? Oh, good job. How's things out there? Are you guys in a shutdown, like stay at home?
No, there's a lot of hey, be smart, don't be a dummy, don't go anywhere that's packed. But That's really about
Or
it.
I'm in a state where it's backed up by the law, like an executive order. We're not allowed to go out. My wife has to have like a special letter when she goes to work because she's considered a vital. Same with my in-laws. They both work at hospitals. So I know I'm totally screwed because my in-laws work at hospitals. One of my sister-in-law works at a hospital. Her husband works at a hospital. They're both living with us right now. My wife works for a pharmacy. So, I mean, we're going to get it. There's just no way around
Right.
it. But, I'm doing my part. Since obviously I can't do my work. So I've just been staying home and, reading and watching stuff and being kind of a repository of information for everybody. I watch a lot of videos like what's going on around the world. Like Spain, their death toll, the rate of death surpassed Italy already in like 3 days. Oh yeah, not the death toll. The number of dead, Italy is still number one with like 5,500. Spain only has like 2,500, but they did that in a couple of days. They like 2,500 people died in the course of like 3 or 4 days.
Right.
So their rate of death was pretty significant, and then I've also seen a lot of things saying nobody believes the numbers coming out of China because all of the the government is saying, oh, there's no new cases, everything's good, we got it all, but the people on the ground say it's a whole nother story, that they're basically turning them away and just letting them die, making them die at home, because they just don't want to admit that China's got over 1 billion people. What do they care if a couple 100,000 more die from a virus? They
Sure.
get to use it for public. They're blaming the U.S. In fact, some Chinese lawyer just filed a lawsuit against the U.S. and President Trump in particular for exposing them to the Wuhan virus. Like they're trying to claim that America orchestrated. It's amazing. It really is amazing. The world will never be the same after this, plain and simple. It'll never go back to the way it was.
No, it won't.
Yeah, we are going to be experiencing some major changes to how we do business and how we live our lives. It's basically like the way I look at it is the bill has come due. We've had 2 generations of unprecedented growth and prosperity, and basically giving up all of our that's like we give up all of our manufacturing. Almost everything that we get is made in another country, and that's all fine and well until that other country decides to stop letting you have your stuff, like China's doing now. You got a company like 3M, which is an American company, but they have they build stuff in China because it's cheaper, but then China won't let them bring the products to the US. Like that's where we're learning. Hopefully, we're learning a valuable lesson that sending out all of your manufacturing to another country isn't the smartest move. So I'm hoping we learn from that. Izzy says it lasted 1 day in Fortnite. Can't shoot and build at the same time. Yeah, exactly. I'm one of those guys. I can't, pat my head and rub my tummy at the same time. I am a one thing at a time type guy.
Yep. Somehow I got separated from my group. That's what I get for talking.
I sound like Trump. Actually, that's funny is I actually am normally like I'd say more on Trump's side than the opposite side because in fact I made a joke the other day calling them the De Niro-crats. They basically want to stand around and fiddle while Rome burns. But I definitely, the stuff that he's said in the last couple of days, especially about the being up and running by Easter, and I think he's shooting himself in the foot, literally. So we'll see. I think either way, my brother and I made a bet before. It was a little while back, and the bet luckily had a caveat. But the bet was if Trump wins, he had to get. My brother is severely anti-Trump. Like he is a full-on leftist. I mean, he drank the Kool-Aid. So if Trump wins the election, he has to get a tattoo on his butt with a picture of Trump's face, and the tattoo says underneath it says "I stump for Trump." But if Joe Biden wins, I have to get a tattoo on my butt with a picture of Biden's face that says "I'm riding with Biden." If it's Bernie, I have to get a tattoo of Bernie's face, and it has to say "I felt the burn."
I'm right next to DP here.
BERN. But we put a caveat. I put a caveat in it that the bet was off for any act of God because we made the bet back in January. But I knew even then that this COVID thing was going to be a big deal. I didn't know how big of a deal, but I knew it wasn't going to be the nothing burger they were trying to claim it was. So I put a thing in there that if the virus wipes out a bunch of the population or something, then the bet's off. Because at that point, there's no way to guess what's going to happen. Or the virus broke out, I figured it would be I was about 95% sure Trump was going to reelect. But now it's any man's game, frankly. Although not really, because, where's Joe Biden been these last few days? He's never... Trump's in front of the mic every single day, and nobody's heard anything.
Gotta run.
Yeah, I don't think so either, Matt. And that's why I put the caveat, because we made the bet after Bernie had that good showing, but before Super Tuesday when Biden, a lot of people were talking about Bernie for sure. So I said, if it's Bernie, we'll do this. If it's Biden, we'll do this. Because I figured it would come down to one of those two. I knew there was no chance in hell Elizabeth Warren was going to get it, or Kamala Harris.
Two right in front of me.
They didn't have a chance in hell. For Little Mayor Pete, and Beta O'Rourke. I mean, none of those people ever had a chance. Is that like a weapons drop?
Yep.
None of them have a chance anyways.
So both of you guys will be going. Now, what do you need? Is it ammo, or you need better guns? Is it better guns?
It's normally got better
body armor.
Your sniper rifle is probably
armor. Yeah, that would make sense.
Your Arctic 50.
I've got an Arctic 50 now.
Oh, look at you.
I'm going up to this mountaintop.
Wow, you can ride that?
Yep.
Neato. Yeah, and I saw you have like a little jetpack on your feet. Can you use that repeatedly, or is it like once every X amount of time?
It's whenever you're gliding, whenever you're jumping.
You can glide.
Okay, anytime you want.
Where is this guy at? He's up here.
Get the dog tagged and help them return to the battle.
Safe zone will shrink in 1 minute. It sucks. When I first started, doing the roofing a couple months ago in December, when we were doing our first big job, I was carrying a batch of shingles, which are pretty heavy. I think I was carrying 2. And all of a sudden, my left arm, I heard a huge pop, and then it just fell down. I couldn't hold anything anymore. So I'm pretty sure I tore one of the muscles in my forearm. Oh, here he comes. Is that him on the slide?
Holy crap.
No, I'm dead.
Oh, you had to reload?
Yeah, and I couldn't get up. That was the problem.
Crap.
That sucked.
The safe zone is collapsing.
Span of the week, he has gone from he's social distancing and the shutdowns will most likely last into July to it should be over by Easter. Yeah, that's the thing is I think he really, really hurt himself because I think he had a good chunk of people behind him, okay, this is what's gonna happen. You got all these young people that until it actually affects them aren't gonna listen, plain and simple. Oh, well, I got a good kill count, fun playing, but time to eat. PP says. 97250.
The last guy's hiding in a bathroom.
I wonder if that's PP's zip code. Neck of the woods. So, let's see. All the while the virus is spreading like wildfire. Yeah, see, that's exactly it. I think he said that in an effort to assuage the markets. We had such a massive drop-off in the last few days. Are you doing zombies now?
No, that's one of the abilities of the classes is you can drop this toy and it causes zombies to come up.
Oh, neat. Is that your class that does that, or somebody else did that to you?
Somebody else did that to one of our players. I'm dead. We're just watching to see if this... No, he lost.
He did.
But we finished second, so not bad. We'll take a number 2 finish.
How many teams were there?
There's 100 players.
There's
100 players. But you guys were a team, right?
Team of 4. Typically they're in groups of 4, but you'll have some that aren't.
Yeah, because 4 doesn't divide into... Oh, yeah, it does. 40, 80, 40, so 25 teams. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and see, that's the thing is, because this particular virus... That's what makes this virus so gnarly is the long incubation period. You know, I was trying to explain this to my business partner the other day. You know, SARS was much more virulent in the number of in the its ability to kill, but it also only had an incubation period of literally hours oftentimes. So if you were exposed to it, you know, by the end of the day you were coughing up blood and had about a 30% chance to drop dead. So it was whereas this virus, you know, is only going to have a only going to have is probably going to have a fatality rate of 1 to 3%. You know, which seems like a really small number until you look at how easily it spreads and how many people get it. So if the entire globe was exposed to it, 8 billion people, 1% of that is 800 million people, right? No, 8 million people. So 8 million people, that's 1%. And of course it's probably not going to hit everybody, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, it's definitely like something we've never faced before.
It's a little wonky.
Yeah. It's so much. And another thing I was trying to explain to him was I was trying to tell him to get him to understand what a fiat currency is and how, the American currency, and all currencies around the world are this way. It's not just us. Money used to be backed by a physical product, gold, right, primarily, and then in 72, we went away from the gold standard, which allowed the government or the Fed to print as much money as it wanted to print, since it wasn't backed up. Because before that, you could, back in like 30s and 40s, you could literally take a dollar bill and go get a piece of silver for it. That's why they said silver certificate. They were backed by a physical product, and now they're not. Death rate so far is 8%, I believe, but as med systems overload, oh yeah, absolutely, because just seriously, like Cuomo is pissing me off now with this whole, where are the ventilators? You can't just produce ventilators overnight. They're a piece of complex equipment. It's going to take time to get. It's not like the face shields, which can be 3D printed or cut out of plastic or whatever. Ventilators are going to take time, and we weren't prepared. Nobody was prepared for a volume of cases this high. And that's the thing, is whenever you always got to do a cost benefit analysis. So let's say you're in charge of a country. Let's say you're the president. Okay, there's thousands of potential scenarios that could happen to the country. Everything from, a foreign power setting off an EMP in Seattle to, a super volcano under Yellowstone blowing up half the country. There's any number of things that can happen. But you have to, just like you do in your own life, you have to play the risk and reward game. What's the likelihood of something happening? We could have had, hundreds of thousands of ventilators on hand if this scenario was factored in as being highly, highly probable. So if we had, for example, if China hadn't lied and covered up the virus for the first several weeks, in fact, arresting the doctors that tried to warn people, oh man, you got killed quick.
Yep. I thought I was going to be able to. Yeah, I was like, and we got one guy down already, Tice. Not just me, but I mean, guy internet connection on the plane. Whoop. So, yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, right. So if China had not been the scumbags that they are and lied and covered it up and all that, and we had known that this was coming, we could have spent that time making ventilators, knowing that, okay, we've got this virulent strain that's coming, it's going to spread, there's not much we could do about that, we're going to try to contain it, containment wasn't even an option, because by the time we found out, it was too late. It was already pretty much everywhere. So we could have had the ventilators done and ready to go.
Coming up behind you on the stairs, yeah. I think.
Oh. You get knocked out, or you get to still keep playing?
No.
Oh.
If Tice goes down, we're done.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got one, lost the other. Back in it.
That was fast.
Yeah, we got one more in us.
I went clear away from the jump site. I figured we were going to be golden over here.
And I got to go check on Bunny. I'm not, with as late as it is, I don't know if I'm going to stream or not. Plus, Brian's on. Everybody always watches him.
Yeah, he's running.
I was thinking about doing the stream during the day, though, just talking about this stuff, if anybody's interested. Because, like I said, I've spent at least 8 hours a day for the last several days doing nothing but watching videos and reading articles and stuff. It was a really good one in the New York Times today, which normally I don't trust the New York Times, but it wasn't an opinion piece. It was backed by good science, so I liked it.
All right, Dice. One last run. Here we go. This is it for the night for me. We're gonna get a win.
Matt, one of the problems with those numbers too is that we don't actually know how many people are dying from it and never getting tested. Especially in other countries, there are people that are dying in their homes that were never tested, so they're not being counted as, coronavirus victims. So that's why you kind of got to take every number that we're thrown with a grain of salt, in my opinion. You got to look at what's going on the ground. Like, one of the really scary things about this virus is Italy has lost, I believe, 23 frontline doctors to the virus already. And this virus, unlike just about anyone we've ever faced, seems to be have like a cumulative effect by multiple exposures. Normally with a virus, you're exposed to it, it gets into your system, it runs its course the way it runs its course. But with this one, it's almost like if you're exposed to it multiple times, it speeds up your demise. So doctors and nurses that are on the front line being exposed to patient after patient after patient, especially with a lack of good PPE, are getting it and dying very quickly. It's what happened in China. The whistleblower guy, that Dr. Wen, I think was his name, the guy who was arrested for spreading rumors, he died from it. He was on the front lines of it. So that's another huge thing about this. And there's also, we don't know, a couple of weeks ago, I know there was a story about a woman in Japan who had gotten it, been cured, and then got it again. So we don't know if she actually was cured, or did the virus just go dormant and it's multiphasic, meaning, the first phase is what we're seeing now, and then it goes dormant, and then it comes back, comes roaring back with something even worse. So it's still too early in the process to know if we're facing that, because the people that have been, like if you look at New York, the people that have the virus that are quarantined at home, the ones that aren't in that 1% that are going to die type group, they're going to be home for several weeks. They're going to be self-quarantined. We don't know. We could ease up the quarantines in a couple of weeks, and those people who have had it and think they're cured could go out and boom, it's back, and they're giving it to more people, or it never went away. So there's a lot about this pandemic that we just simply don't know. We won't know until it happens. That's just a fact. That's a fact, Jack.
Oh, Jack. I like Jack. He's a pretty good guy.
If you got stuck up on the roof, would you help your Uncle Jack off the roof?
That's terrible.
I know I'm a bad person. I should be ashamed of myself. The road, don't you know? Yeah, I'm enjoying my 5-star Ronin, especially since I've got, or my 6-star. I've got a 6-star guillotine, so I can get that blocking attacks, has a 50% chance to bleed the opponent. I'm gonna, with him now, and Venom, my 455 Venom in that, I'm gonna have to put my bleed, what do you call it?
Bleed
mastery. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put it back up.
Deep
the fact
wounds?
that it could take almost 3 weeks before symptoms show makes it way too easy to spread the virus. Not only that, you can be asymptomatic forever. There are people that are getting the virus that have tested positive for the virus that have been out spreading it around that have 0 symptoms and will likely never have any symptoms at all. They can have it, and and that's how it is with the flu. Now, I think the flu, if you get the flu, you got the flu.
Tice,
this one is actually gnarly enough. Go ahead.
I was just going to tell Tice his gun's over here.
I got it.
This one's gnarly enough that, that you're exactly right, Matt. That's one of the biggest problems about this virus is we know nothing about it, how long it's going to last, all those sorts of things. The fact that that's what I was talking about with SARS. Like, if SARS, which is also a coronavirus, because remember, the coronavirus is the type of virus it is. Its actual name is COVID-19. Coronavirus is a type of virus that has like a corona, around it. It's like the sun, has a corona. So, what was I saying? Okay. So anyway, SARS was also a coronavirus that had a very, very high mortality rate, but it also had a very short incubation period. So when you got it, you got sick
shit.
pretty quick. You weren't out walking around for 2 weeks spreading it around. If somebody had mixed SARS with COVID-19, where you had SARS's
You're a
fatality.
Dick for
Oh,
taking
come on,
the
do it.
kill. Just so you know.
You're
Oh, who
taking
took it,
back.
Tice?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm
Uh-huh.
happy you killed him, but I'm also mad that I didn't get my kill.
You stole my kill. That's how I like AQ, when you get the boss almost all the way down, and then you're going to come in and finish it off, and somebody goes in and does the last few hits. I used to get really mad about that, but then I found out that you get your points in either way.
Yeah, you get
Like
your
if I
points
get
whatever.
90% of it, I get 90% of the points. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, SARS at least had signs show early on, and people were worried about it because of the chance of death. Right. Like SARS was really scary. It didn't really make it out of China for the most part. A little bit around Asia, but for the most part, it was contained there because of its high mortality rate. Like Ebola, like if Ebola had the same incubation period as this one with such a high fatality rate,
Shit.
we would be, same with MERS, exactly. MERS was another one that was a coronavirus with the same thing, where it had short incubation period but high fatality rate. Oh, good shooting, man. I couldn't even see him.
I didn't either at first, to be quite honest with you.
Crawl away. You just like accidentally hit him, and then like, oh, there's a dude there.
Well, I thought I saw him, so I took the shot in the dark.
Shoot at that area. Good call.
You coming, Ticey?
But I love how Ronin, when he dexes, he does like a backflip on the ground, or a back roll. That's pretty cool. I haven't really played with him, like I said, because I only had him as a 3-star. No 4-star, no 5-star. So now I have him as a 6.
He's pretty fun. I never got too deep into him, but I know some guys that just love him. He's fun to play. The bleeds are nasty.
The revived flight will arrive in 1
That's a whole nother problem, is the fact that the virus can and likely will mutate. And it could do that in a way that's beneficial to us, or it could do it in a way that's not beneficial. Like imagine if it mutated and it became more, I don't know if you've seen the actual virus, but it's like covered with these little hooks essentially that tear the alveoli in your lungs. And the patients that a lot of the patients that die, it's because they're basically drowning in their own lungs. So if the virus were to mutate, maybe catch a part of another virus, say influenza, the regular influenza, I mean, we could be in some serious trouble. Typically happens that the virus will mutate and will cause the downfall of the virus. Right. Usually that's what happens, but that's not a guarantee. And so far everything about this has not been usual. So we'll see. My sister-in-law is a geneticist, and so I've been getting a lot of good information from her because she understands virology. She worked on the Human Genome Project, so she's been really helpful.
Tice Arctic 50 over here if you want it, bud.
Already got one.
Okay.
I don't get is that they say it started in China, so how did Corona now get in my home? How can I get it now at home? Stuff like that. So the belief is in the real world, not in the imaginary Chinese Communist Party world where they just say whatever they want regardless of truth. The truth of the matter is it most likely did come from that the fish market in Wuhan, China. China and a lot of Asia has what are called wet markets, and they're essentially where there's a lot of intermingling of wild animal species and fruits and vegetables and things like that. They'll have they'll have these stalls all lined up together, and one stall sells sweet potatoes, and the one right next to it is selling decapitated bats for bat soup. They're literally that close together, and I've seen a documentary on it, and it is not pretty. Monkeys and all sorts of different things. Good shot. He didn't even know. He didn't even look up the stairs. He just walked in and plunk. Bad news for him.
He had no clue.
And so anyway, because of the long incubation period, and because China lied and covered it up, basically the first case was all the way back in November, but you didn't start hearing anything about it till January. So for the entire month of December, people were able to just come and go. And Wuhan is a big area. Like it's a huge Hubei province is a large province. Wuhan is a large city, hundreds of millions of people. And there's a lot of foreign tourists in and out of there. There's a lot of foreign business people, investors in and out, cabs, people. And so he was easily able to just essentially spread around the world through that time. And so now it's literally everywhere. I mean, I believe it's in every country now, or 170, 180 countries, something like that. But I mean, when it's all said and done, it's going to be literally everywhere. There's just no See, if we had known, if China had been honest from the beginning, it could have been contained just in China. The whole world would have thrown in resources to help China contain it so that it didn't get off their shores. But it was more important to them to cover it up and, not have the, what do you call it, the shame of, they didn't want to lose face because of the virus started in their area. What's that glowy thing you just threw out?
It's like a trap. It's like a tripwire.
They don't see it?
No, they'll see it.
Okay. Can they jump over it?
I don't know. I've never even tried to see if they could or couldn't.
Oh.
Now what I need to find out is I need to find somebody running across here that I can shoot in the back.
Another thing that's problematic about this virus is that it has the ability to stay alive on a surface a lot longer than many of the other viruses of the same type that we've seen before. So a virus like MERS and SARS, I believe, a couple of hours tops. But they've actually found that this particular one, COVID-19, can survive on an artificial surface sometimes 2 or 3 days. Now, don't quote me on that part because that's a part I haven't really looked a ton into, so I'm taking that off of just a couple of videos that I've seen on that subject. But it would make sense because, it's transmitted through like the droplets that when you cough or you sneeze, that come out of your lungs. That's where it is. That's pretty much its resting place. And so if you cough, nobody's around, you don't cover your mouth and you cough and it lands on a counter, and then a few hours later, somebody comes along, they put their hands down on that counter and then they scratch their eye or their nose or something and boom, now they've got it. Transmissibility, it has a long incubation period and is highly transmissible. So it's literally, we would be looking at the movie Contagion if this thing had like Ebola or SARS's killing capacity. This is what every horror movie that starts with mankind being wiped out by a virus is literally this virus if it had a higher fatality rate. Easily transmissible, long incubation period. Yeah, 2 to 3 days from what I've heard as well. So if it, thank God it doesn't have the the fatality rate of a MERS, a SARS, or a SARS or a MERS or an Ebola or something like that, then we would literally be looking at the apocalypse. At least count our blessings there.
The revived flight will arrive.
You jumping, Tice?
Yep.
Wait, thanks for saying. Hey, by the way, Sly, I'm gonna go ahead and jump.
Bulldog.
What's that?
Bulldog was talking.
We got right in front of us. Firefight.
Firefight.
Helicopter behind us landing.
Helicopter and NPC or somebody flying it?
Somebody find it. Tice to your right.
It's no good. Last 3-pack of 5 stars I opened, I got 20 more levels on my IMIW. I got 20 more levels on my Punisher 2099, and I got Massacre as a new champ. So that's pretty good. The opening before that, I got 20 levels on my IMIW, 20 levels on my Punisher 2099, and I got, remember, a new one.
Tice. Gotcha.
It's just kind of funny. Is it bad that reading about the virus made me want to play that game? Plague Inc.? I mean, I've seen people do it, calling it COVID-19 and watching it destroy the whole world. Yeah. It would be interesting actually to try playing it with the exact parameters of what we know of the virus and see what it actually does. I haven't updated that game in a long time though.
What game?
It's one of those games like FTL, faster than light FTL, that I thought I would really like, but it was way too much minutia. You know, where you're monitoring so many different things. Like, I like those kind of games. Actually, one I just saw that I was really impressed by was called Satisfactory. It's on Steam. It's in early access. I watched this guy called what is it called? It's like Let's Game. Oh, that's you. If I can
Traffic
find.
coming back around.
I think it's called Let's Game It Out, and he does really hilarious videos like of playing games like Roller Coaster Tycoon, where he turns the park into like a massive death camp. But he was just playing that one Satisfactory, and it was looked really good, kind of like a cross between what's the one where there was touted you go through space and you take pictures of the alien races,
Right over the ridge, Tice.
You know, it was like a space exploration. You land on different planets. I can't think of what it was called.
Somebody in the
Problem with that is that the randomly mutated traits aren't representative of the realistic mutations of COVID-19. Right, exactly. You're talking about, because in Plague Inc., you know, they're always going to go on, they're always going to do mutations on the side of making it worse, you know, because it makes the game more interesting.
I think there's a sniper up in this tower.
Somebody just pop smoke.
Thing about this, like when the virus mutates, it's not going to all mutate at once. It's not like quarks where you split them apart and spin one side, the other side spins. You know, when it mutates, it's only going to mutate that particular one, and anyone else who's exposed to it will then have the mutated version.
Right,
you know,
in front of us.
With nothing, you know, but everybody else who's already been exposed to it deal with the older, ugly version. Uh-oh.
I'm going in this building.
Idea. Right. Plague Inc. is never going to have beneficial mutations. Oh, the virus has mutated, and now everybody's IQ has gone up by 80 points.
Ooh, shit, he just walked past me. I don't think he saw me.
I read a book once when I was in high school, IQ 80, I think it was called, where a virus came out that killed everyone with a low IQ. And you'd think it was a horror novel, but it really wasn't.
Where you at?
I'm in the tube over here.
New gun, who dis? Where you at?
In the tube, where the...
You're down in the pit, right? Yeah, I'm dropping in the pit. Oh, there's my tags.
That means somebody hit you.
Somebody did shoot me as I dropped down into the hole. Oh man, I lost my gun. That sucks.
I like the changes they made to the Glory store. That's nice.
Oh yeah. Extra T4B every week.
Alright, here I go.
Now, I'm not going to respond to that in writing or in any way that could be attributed back to me, but you may be onto something. It's not the kind of thing I would discuss outside of my personal friend group.
Shit. I'm not going to make it out. You're going to have to...
I was going to take my time falling right now.
Died outside the safe zone.
Yep. All you can do at this point.
Man, I take the long view of everything, you know? That's just who I am. Thanos had some good points. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm wishing for it. I'm not saying yay, you know, but, you know, there have been a number of events that have happened. Oh, you know, it's like I always talked about history and perception will be the ultimate judges of what's good or bad, what benefited or what didn't.
Oh.
That sucked. I had it.
Still wasn't dead. Oh, somebody shot you in the back.
Not bad.
I knocked it down with a freaking pistol. Come on.
Yeah, that was well done.
Is it once all your so if you die you get to respawn as long as a team member's still alive?
No,
If
a team member has to come get your dog tags, scan them,
Okay.
and then you come back in, but you come back in with only a pistol, and you got to fly back in. So you got to
Oh, it's
land,
you.
get a safe spot, and all that. So
That's why you had the pistol, you killed the guy, which was great, but then somebody snuck up and shot you because you had no defense.
correct. Yeah.
I gotcha. All right, now I understand.
All right.
I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Let's run some credits. Let's get out of here. Stayed a little later than I wanted, but that's okay. As always, thanks for everybody coming in, hanging out, having fun. Thanks to Tyson Bulldog joining me on Discord, having a chat. Anytime we have a good group, it's always fun time. So outside of that, as always, I just want to say thanks for coming in and hanging out again. I mean, I know I've been in and out a lot, so I apologize about that. But the fact that you guys still come in and hang out, even if it's just a small, faithful few, I'm in on that. I do this to have fun with you guys and hang out with my crew and the guys that I know. So with that being said, I'm getting out of here tonight. Y'all take care, have fun, and as always, keep on gaming. I'm out. Adios.
Yep.